A Guide to Changing the World by not getting coffee. Day 1. Remain calm. Wake up early. Do not spend the night before failing to remain calm. Nourish yourself. Get the mirror to deem you fairest of them all. Eat an apple. Your blazer is just fine. That pantsuit is dapper. Make yourself a cup of coffee. Remind yourself you like it. You're an adult now. 3 gallons of creamer, 7 packets of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of that black stuff should do the trick. Note to self, you are not a magician. Look up how to make coffee. This is vital. Leave early. Prepare for traffic. Cars do not care. To them, your first day is irrelevant. Oh, one last breath check before you walk in the door. Internal high fives to that Federico's first day article just once more. Now, great people greet people with smiles. Handshakes firm. Do not fiddle with your nerves. Keep your professionalism on key. Dress in one accord. You need to make yourself appear as a musical note that fits perfectly in their staff. Trouble. Don't tremble. You're an instrument in this organization. Stay in harmony. Inspect the coffee machine. Listen. Remain calm. Mission. Engage children in the pleasure and power of reading and writing by enabling their creativity and imagination. Listen harder. Remain calm. Duties. Teach the power of words to young aspiring writers at a 2-week day camp. Contain gap to smile. Remain calm. Assist a team of amazing poets to propel their stories and blow minds until impact. The future of creativity and imagination rests in these classrooms. Teach them to time travel. Keep the energy bursting inside of you. Remain calm. Welcome to WITS. Remain calm. Remain excited. Breathe. When I took an internship for a nonprofit organization, I wanted to witness and affect change, but assumed my tasks would not be any more than coffee and copies. Wrong. When I took an internship for a nonprofit organization, there was no such thing as remaining calm because I worked with students whose active imagination unleashed this jubilation for far too long, or not long enough. Right. See, remaining calm is like drinking coffee and taking a nap. Like reaching that point on a swing set where you can only see the sky and not jumping off to fly. Like sitting idly by as the world waits to be fixed, letting it continue to rip rather than saving it. I had a chance to watch as Clark Kents turned into superheroes. Wrote stories that were hidden behind the light in their eyes, all because I took an internship for a nonprofit organization that said one day that creativity is an energy drink. And sometimes it's okay to remain caffeinated when your hand to pen to paper seems unstoppable. Perfect. Welcome to WITS. Writers in the schools, where an intern can teach young folks that old folks ain't the only folks that can speak or tell their folk tales, who can remind them that their voice matters and their lives do too. Take 2. Creative Writing Camp. Lead 7 to 12th grade students into the world of Poetry Slam. Scorecards, judges, Mark Smith, so what, critics, speak, performance, truth. Provide a liberal education that aspires to nurture a growth of human talent in the service of human freedom. Cronin said that. Regardless of circumstances and background, even when the ground is the only thing that has your back, learning and education can turn anyone into an earthquake. I heard the sonic boom in their heart, the tremoring of their potential, itching to shake things up, but I couldn't help fear being unable to reach them, because their personalities were like snowflakes, all different, but all beautiful. The book by June Jordan, Poetry for the People, set up a rock band behind my ear. Drummed my mind with techniques and guidelines. Teacher, quote, she knew the inner workings of breaking a child out of its shell, or ripping open a voice box and letting all of its content spill over like a rush of a river. Teaching for just 2 weeks, and I understood how important it is to create trust and community. Students become the teacher, quote, when an individual can name her circumstances, name her pain, name herself, she becomes an active agent in her world. I love working with these kids. They still had that twinkle in their eye that growing up sometimes takes from you. Step 3. Metaphors. A team of planets using the sun to light the verses on their tongues, and you don't need like or as to get the picture, because these poets will turn them into 1,000 words. Poetry slamming like the behind the back dunk, breaking glass ceilings every time painting a masterpiece with their lips. They wrote, I read, stroke. They wrote, they spoke, I listened, stroke. Brushes turned to voices that could not be brushed away. I thought I missed competition. This team taught me more than scores ever did. I thought I missed performance poetry, but I felt the same adrenaline watching them than I ever did on stage. It was a wake-up call, a shot of espresso. Expressing yourself, your opinions, your hopes on a stage is not a competition, it is a combat sport, going head-to-head with binaries and barriers, face-to-face with your own insecurities. It is a choice. Poetry means taking control of the language of your life. I watched a group of poets become visionaries every time they stepped on a stage. Roger's article on creativity helped me to realize that inspiration can be found anywhere. When I met creativity, she was wearing a little black dress. The heel of her stilettos were chiseled at the end, forming that of an ink pen that spouted out rainbows. She was her own gold. She was her own gold. She moved with elegance. Every step defied gravity. She only walked on cracked pavements. They made excellent lined paper, so her words were made through sidewalks. She had never seen the inside of a box. She didn't believe in stop signs. Her own scribbles knew how to run and blot sweat from a job well done on pages that, would you like more copies? Sir, can I get you any more coffee? But no, it would be bitter and rich, like words from poetic lips. We don't use filters here. Does it burn in your throat like words spit fire works to create light? I have seen kids make pencils ignite till stiletto heels know what being lifted feels like. On the 4th of July, my job gave me the weekend off to celebrate a declaration, written down with Lady Liberty's torch. Words can start a revolution, and my internship started a civil war between my mind's imagination and the fear of stepping into new opportunities. But we all know the North won. So I eventually started borrowing creativity's heels. I charge every student to pick up your own pair of shoes to tap into, just like my ability to tap into, just like my ability to make this mock TED Talk a poem. Creativity sits on the edge of your tongue like the taste of a blow pop. The results are just as sweet. How many licks does it take to crack open your shell, get to the center, render the wall that stands to stop you, and speak? Not once did I make coffee, but I've never felt more grounded in my entire life.